Welcome back to Rust Buddies, everyone. On today's video, we're going to talk about everything that we've done since the time that we yanked the motor apart and taken the chassis completely apart. So I'd like to walk you around and show you. Essentially, we've got the motor. Actually, let's start with the chassis. We've gone ahead and completely refinished the chassis, which is probably too much for what we're doing with a rusty Metro, but I want the undercarriage of this car to look really, really nice. So we've gone ahead and painted the frame matte black. We've cleaned up the engine, the transmission, put the new cylinder heads or the reman cylinder heads back on. We went ahead and took these Patriot headers that were made for the S10 chassis and went ahead and had them ceramic coated, simply because the header on this side is right below the accelerator pedal. So we've gone ahead and gone through the whole entire chassis, all the ball joints, all the control arm bushings, the inner, the outer tie rods. Everything has been gone through. We went ahead and did the disc brake conversion in the rear. That took a little bit of modification as well. A little bit more difficult than what I actually anticipated. Not too bad though. It looks like the axles on the S10 are just about 1/4 of an inch longer. And again, you know, we've gone through the heads. I put the new comp cam in there. Should have a nice chop to it. I thought I would be able to use this intake manifold that I bought off OfferUp, but it does not fit the newer style heads because of the 2 bolts in the center. So I know it's backwards, but I just have it on there so it doesn't let anything into the engine. This has been a little bit of an obstacle. I went ahead and called Summit Racing and had them, they're shipping me a professional products, which is pretty nice because it's also polished, but will fit on this engine setup. Went through the transmission, put a new transmission filter, put a new transmission gasket as it was leaking, put a new pump seal in the front. Also went through all of the seals on the engine. I apologize. It's got a new oil pan gasket, new rear main seal, new front gasket on the crankshaft. Freshened all of it up, and then basically slapped the chassis together. And just today I made this custom exhaust off of stuff that I had laying around, and the tubing kit, a mandrel bent, a 2 1/4 tubing kit from eBay or Amazon. I can't remember. I think it's the same vendor anyways that sells it. But this was impressively easy. So essentially, they send you with these kind of 45s, if you will. I think that's a 45, or it could be a 30. But they send, the kit brings 2 of those, 2 90s with 2 straight pipes, and then I had this X pipe and these cherry bomb style mufflers from a different project that I'm using on this one, and I've gone ahead and mounted them with some muffler mounts or some exhaust mounts, so that it'll flex with the motor. But then also I've got it ready to accept some side tubes out of the body of the Metro. So I've got to wait to put the chassis back on or back underneath the body so that I can cut holes into the body and have it exit the side of the body. So yeah, so far, I mean, that's what we've got right now. Again, we went through the brakes, brand new brakes. We went through the suspension, brand new suspension. We went through the engine. We resealed the transmission. We did the disc brakes in the rear. We cleaned up the gas tank. Put our drive shaft in there. You know, I think it's gonna ride pretty good. We have the KYB silver shocks on there. And so right now, what we're waiting for basically is the intake so that I can mount the Phytech EFI system in there. And then The other challenge is going to be wiring the Metro, or wiring the transmission, and you know, mounting everything so that it works. I've got to put my steering wheel in there. I got to bleed the brakes. I've got to do all that stuff so that we can get ready for this power tour that's in, I don't know, I think it's 9 days from today. So, you know, by the time that you see this video, maybe a little bit less. We may be a little bit further along, but we've got a task ahead of us to get everything that we've got to get done in time for this rolling car show that's in Ohio. So, yep, that's it for today. I think I'm going to continue to keep plugging away. Maybe I'll film some of the work that I'm doing. But for right now, this is what we've got. I'm sorry for not filming a lot of what went into this. We've just been on a little bit of a time crunch. So, see you on the next one.